New home builders are starting to give some great incentives. Here is what you need to know. Kathy Williams, Team Williams in Orlando, we are your relocation experts. My email has been full for the past month of all the incentives that are rolling in from new construction builders. All these builders are saying, bring us your buyers, bring us your clients for these incentives. So we're gonna go through how to get these incentives and overall what you can find right now and what to expect in the upcoming spring season. And stick around to the end because I'm going to share with you my top 8 builders. And as always, make sure you drop a comment below. What incentives are you seeing out there? Which builder is your favorite? Did you get incentives when you built? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what's going on. So we're starting to see a lot of new build inventory, quick move-ins, whatever you would like to call them. Here's a great example in Ridgeview in Claremont. I spoke to one of the builders who has a total of 16 inventory homes to sell. The price range is from $462,000 to about $650,000. And I love this area in Claremont. It's a beautiful area across the road from Lake Louisa State Park. It's super close to the attractions. It's about 10 to 15 minutes from Disney, and there's going to be a huge shopping and recreational center in this area to be built. It's going to actually really increase the property value in this area. But I also love this area because the tax rate is lower. In Lake County, the tax rate is lower than in Orange County. And also this community has a really low HOA. It's only $75 a month, which is absolutely great. And there's no CDD fee, which is also a great thing. A lot of these new builders really need to advertise when they have a lower HOA and tax rate and no CDD, because that really adds to the value of the home. Some other areas, especially down in Osceola County, they have an HOA and CD. By the way, if you're not familiar with a CDD, that stands for Community Development District. And basically, that's the way the builder passes on the impact fees to the homeowners. So maybe the home is cheaper, but by the time you pay the HOA and the CDD, you could afford a higher monthly payment on the home. So in Ridgeview, in this neighborhood, there's 2 builders, Pulte and Landsea, which Landsea used to be Hanover Family Builders. The Hanover or Landsea is only offering to be built. And like I said, Pulte has about 16 inventory homes. And they're offering a 4% interest rate, which is really good. They have discounted home prices, and they're also accepting offers, so you can negotiate with them. Where in the past couple of years, you haven't been able to negotiate anything with the builders because, well, they knew that in the next 5 minutes, somebody else was going to walk through the door and buy it, so they really didn't have to negotiate at all. Now, all of that has changed. Now, let's pop over to another neighborhood north of here in Claremont called Waterbrook by Mattamy Homes, and they're offering $18,000 to use as you choose. So you can use it to buy down your interest rate, you can use it for closing costs, whatever you want to use it for. They have 42 quick move-ins, which by that I mean they'll be done between now and March. And they are between the low 400,000s to the low 700s. And again, this is in Claremont, so you have the lower tax rate. This community is gated, and the HOA is around $100 a month. It's very conveniently located to the Turnpike, which can get you into Orlando in about 30 minutes or to the attractions in about 20-25 minutes. And before we go to the next communities, I just want to say, if you're looking at this, at buying new construction in the Orlando area, please go ahead and reach out to us first. And certainly if you do want to work with us, just go ahead and reach out. We want to help make sure you select the right builder and let us know, beforehand, because a lot of the builders, if we're not involved from the beginning, they won't let us come in and represent you. So, that's something just to consider. So now let's pop over to Winter Garden, where the most popular community is. We have a beautiful new community by Meritage Homes called Silverleaf, and they have some quick move-in homes between $480,000 and $700,000. And they're offering about 5.99 interest rate, which isn't that great, but it's a little bit better than the market. And you can also get $10,000 in closing costs and up to 30% off the price of the homes. Another really popular one in Winter Garden is D.R. Horton. They have a lot of communities actually all over Central Florida, but in Winter Garden they have Waterley and they have Lake Apopka Sound. And in Waterley they have homes in the mid 400s to the 700s for the most part. And Lake Apopka Sound has homes between the 500s and 600s. Now they have $15,000 towards closing costs or flex money, which means you can use it to buy down your interest rate, I guess, and that's helpful. And they're also offering a 5.5% fixed interest rate, which is a little bit lower than what you've got the going market rate. We also have Toll Brothers, West Haven at Ovation, and this is a gorgeous community. It's about 5 minutes from Disney. It's going to be your closest neighborhood. Other than In My Homes, they have Encore at Ovation. They're not offering a lot of discounts in this particular community. However, they do have some discounts in other communities. Toll Brothers at the Oaks in Kelly Park have done some significant price decreases from $30,000 to even up to $100,000 off the price. And I'm going to get back to you more on Toll Brothers because they have a lot more communities. Also in Winter Garden, David Weekley Homes has several communities. Oakland Park is a favorite with homes in the 700s to over $1 million. And it's just a charming community. Also Rockwell Homes is in that community, and they're offering below market rates on interest rates. So now let's pop over to St. Cloud, which is really an up and coming area, becoming more popular all the time. It's just south of Lake Nona, and that's just another really exploding area. So we have Landsea Homes, which they have a community called Hanover Lakes, which is a waterfront community, and you can check out this video that I did a while back. It's a pretty old video, but it's still up to date about the community. So they are offering incentives of about $5,000 in flex money and $10,000 in upgrades. The homes are between the 400s to 700s, and of course there's also Sunbridge, which is a huge master plan community. I could do a whole separate video on Sunbridge, and I did, if you want to watch this video where I show some of the new construction builders that are in that area. Now, I know many people like to live a little closer to downtown because the gas prices have gotten so expensive, and well, you just also want to be a little bit more in the urban lifestyle. So we do have some options with Toll Brothers. Toll Brother Homes has some quick move-in homes in the downtown Orlando area and College Park, which is one of my faves. It's called the Bricks at Packing District. And these are townhomes, and they range in the mid to upper 5s to 700,000. And that area is going to be super cool. We need to keep an eye on the Bricks at Packing District. They have some incentives. They're for a limited time through January 15th. And David Weekley Homes is also building homes in the downtown area, and they are in about the 900,000 range. And they have incentives on interest rates and home prices as well. Let's switch gears to Lake Nona. Lake Nona is also a whole additional video, I feel like, but let's just go over Toll Brothers, their community called Laurel Point at Lake Nona, and they have some specialty homes they call the Collage Collection, and these homes are starting in the 1.6 million range up to over 2 million. And they have a plan called the Corbell Farmhouse Plan that's gorgeous. It's about 1.8 million. They also have a more modern design called the Marsand that is 1.6 million. These homes are production homes that are what I call semi-custom. They're a very nice home. They're gorgeous. They're very well built. Toll Brothers is one of my top favorite builders without giving too much away at the end here. Incentives for Toll Brothers include savings of $75,000 when you spend $150,000 in design studio options. So basically, yeah, they're giving you 50% off design studio options, which they're not specifically outlining any of the other options or incentives they're giving. However, they say they have more. And really everything is negotiable right now. It's so funny because it's changed so much in the last 3 or 4 months. Everything has changed with the increase in interest rates. So builders are offering, really good incentives. And some are offering, not so good incentives, but all are offering something. And so you can negotiate now, and that's something you haven't been able to do in the past 3 or so years. Now for my top 8 builders that I find to be the best builders in the area, I'm gonna have to go, in the top are Toll Brothers, David Weekley, and Rockwell Homes. These companies are just phenomenal to work with. The product they put out and the quality they deliver, they're just really awesome. But you do pay a higher price for what they're offering, and they have some of the most high-end homes, but the old saying, you get what you pay for. For my favorite mid-range builders, I would say that would have to be MI, Mattamy Homes, and Landsea Homes, which was formerly Hanover Family Builders. They typically really do a great job in delivering a good product, and for the most part on time. Then I would probably put Meritage and DR Horton together as very good builders and really solid and reliable. I haven't had any problems with either of them, actually. Some of the finishes they have are pretty basic unless you really upgrade them. So you have to do a lot of upgrades to get to where some of the other builders have as a standard. For example, David Weekley automatically does 8-foot doors, and nobody else does that. But certainly they are reliable builders and builders that I'm happy to work with. Now, I only give you 8 because there are a lot of builders right now that are struggling with quality issues and struggling with customer satisfaction. Let's just kind of put it that way. So I'm not going to badmouth anybody or talk bad about, anybody online or on social, but I just want you to know that if you are thinking of new construction, please reach out to me, because I do want to make sure that I can guide you to the correct builder and the one who is going to follow through and take good care of you, and of course deliver a quality product. I also have to give you a bonus builder that I have to say does a really great job, is K-Omanian. They're also great. They have a new community opening up in the Winter Garden area, and that's going to be called OSPREY Ranch. It's going to be single family homes starting in the upper 500s. Also, it'll have some townhomes. So it isn't open yet, but they're offering special incentives for some of their other communities, like lowered interest rates at 4.75 or a discount on the home. So for some of the communities, that's what they're offering. Please go ahead and download our free relocation guide in the info box below and watch this video to help you on your path to living in Orlando. Bye-bye now.